Um, so, yeah, again, look, felt good about the guys that we added today, the Jackson twins. So, I think we added to our depth. We added to our competitiveness on our team, and felt like we added, both defensively and in terms of special teams, added some value to our team.
Did y'all try to trade today?
Well, we sat around for a little while with the fourth round, and I think every time you're getting close to your pick, you're kind of looking at things you could do, move up, move down, any of that type of stuff. And so all those things were on the table, but obviously, again, kind of like we did yesterday, we felt like when we got to our pick, our guy was there, and we went ahead and just stayed there and picked him.
Did it feel weird not to trade yesterday?
No, I think it's really just based on how the draft goes. And so, obviously, day one, we felt like there was a guy we wanted to go up there and get, and felt like we needed to go get him. And we felt like in days two and day three, we felt like letting the draft kind of come to us, and that's kind of the way it worked out.
The first Jackson brother, what did you like about him? Because he's at a position where y'all have a lot of young guys you've drafted over the last few years, and yet he saw a reason to go get him.
Yeah, well, we felt like he was an athletic player. We felt like he had a lot of the qualities that you guys have heard me talk about in the last couple of days. I mean, he's another guy that's, really tough. He's smart. He's versatile. He's highly competitive. He was a two-time captain there. And so, we felt like he was somebody that fit into our system, can do some of the things that we're asking him to do. And also there's a special teams vision with the player. And so we felt like there was a lot of things that he could provide to our team that, would benefit us.
Is he somebody you look at all the linebacker positions, or do you have a specific role in
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I think really with all of our guys primarily, we're kind of looking at what can they do from a stack back linebacker position. So kind of a Mike Will vision for the player, and felt like his speed was something that we really liked.
Just overall, do you feel like you've addressed all the needs that you needed to in these 3 days on this team?
Well, look, I think we've addressed a lot of needs. This is a process I don't know that this process ever ends. You're always looking for ways to improve your team. And so, as a matter of fact, I'm going to get up here pretty soon, and we're working on, the college free agents. We'll go through that process, and then we'll evaluate where we are after that, and see what else we need to do to try to help our team. So I don't think that's a never-ending process.
So the door's still open, possibly some veterans coming in after this process is over?
Yeah, that door's always open. There's a lot of things that go into those things, but certainly, if there's a player out there that we feel like can help us and we feel like it makes sense for us, we're going to go try to do it.
How many college free agents do y'all expect to agree to terms with?
I don't know exactly what that number is going to be. I mean, I think the ultimate thing is if we feel like there's a college free agent that can help us be better, then we want to do that. And we're not trying to sign numbers just to sign numbers. We're trying to get guys that can help us win.
Vince, do you think the quality of the drafted guys this year maybe a little bit higher than the size of the draft class?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's some quality guys that are out there. And so I think it remains to be seen who we're able to acquire through free agency. And I know that's something that our guys are going to be hard at work on, over the next hour or two, and trying to find some guys that we feel like can help us.
With Jordan, what were some of the things you like about him? Is his vision more the end, defensive tackle?
Yeah, he's more of an interior defensive lineman. again, great kid, highly intelligent, graduate of the Air Force Academy. Lot of really good qualities about the player. Really like some of the things he can do from a pass rush standpoint inside, speed, explosiveness, size, length. Those are some of the athletic qualities that we really like about the player. So felt like he was somebody that could come in and compete and develop and can help us, as an inside defensive tackle.
What was your approach to the quarterback position in this draft? Were you pretty confident that the board wasn't going to line up for you guys at that position, or there were scenarios where that might have happened?
Look, it was all part of the evaluation process, and it was all part of seeing how the draft played out, and certainly didn't feel like that was a position that we had to go try to address. Feel good about where we're at the position, and so we evaluated the quarterbacks, and the way the draft played out, we felt like that wasn't something that we needed to go and do, and thought there were some players that could help us.
Obviously, you had a lot of conviction on Chris Olave since you traded out 5 spots to get him. I know Jeff Duncan reported kind of a healthy debate in the room between him and his defensive tackle. You don't have to go into it specifically, but is that, you couldn't ask for 2 more different positions and 2 different guys. Does it come down to a philosophical, what would help us more when you know it?
Well, I think this. I think a couple things. I think number one, our scouts are watching these guys and grading these guys for the entire year. And then after the season's over, let's just call it from around the combine until now, the coaches get highly involved in the process. And so this is a process that takes a lot of time, and we go through grading all these players. And so you really, at the end of the day, you try to stick to your board, and then, if you have a couple of guys that are graded in the same area, you got to make a decision on what you think's best for your football team.
Is your running back situation complicated by Alvin's court date being so late and not knowing what discipline might be coming?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that has any effect on us right now.
Are you comfortable with your depth there, or might you look to add something?
Well, again, am I comfortable with the depth? Yes. Might we look to add somebody? Yes. But we might stay put. Again, like I said, if there's a guy out there that we feel can help us, then we're going to try to do everything we can to go get him.
Yeah, how was this process for you, just going through it, being the head coach, and was it pretty natural? Anything you learned? Just how was it?
No, look, I think it was a good process for me. Obviously, I think this is year 7 for me being back here, so I've kind of been through the process here and understood how we were going to go about doing things, and really not much changed from what we've done in the past. Certainly there's some, being part of the final decision process was probably, a little bit different, but overall I think it's fairly similar to what it's been like here in the past.
Did you take advantage of any of the extra mini camps or things that were allowed or earlier?
Well, yeah, so we didn't go out on the field and practice. Just felt like and feel like this time of year, the number one emphasis for us should be getting our bodies right. And so strength and conditioning has been the primary focus. We'll get into some football activities starting on Monday.
Dennis, what do you think y'all kind of excelled in the post-draft free agency market in the last couple of years? Seems like every year you guys get a player out there that ends up being really helpful for you.
Well, I think the biggest thing is I think we've done a pretty good job of identifying the types of guys that we're looking for, whether it be from a mental standpoint, from an athletic skill set standpoint, from a football intelligence standpoint. I think just having a clear vision for how we'll utilize a guy. gives a guy a chance to come in and have success. And so I think that's probably the reason why we've had some success both in the draft and in free agency.
And just kind of follow up on the answer that you had for the previous question, what kind of is your role being involved in that final decision? Like how do you try to insert your voice in that when this is maybe Jeff?
Well, look, it's a collaborative effort. You know, we've gone through a million different scenarios of who we would take in certain situations. And we trust the process, and we trust the grades that we put on the players. And so there's not a lot of huge debate as to what we're going to do. We talk about a couple of different players, and then we kind of collectively come to the decision that we think's best for the organization. And so, there's not a lot of huge debate on what we need to do. There's discussion, certainly, but there's not a lot of huge debate.
How do your priorities in what's left of free agency change based on what you've been able to do the last few years?
Well, look, there's some positions where we feel like we've added some pieces, and so the sense of urgency to think that we got to go out and try to acquire somebody, as a free agent is probably not the same as maybe it would have been, a few weeks ago. I think that's just kind of how the process goes. You start with the free agent process. That goes along for a couple weeks. Things kind of slow down a little bit. You kind of get through the draft, and then you reevaluate where you're at and see if there's anything you need to do to try to improve your team.
Do you feel urgency at any spots, or do you feel pretty good about everything you guys have been?
I feel really good about where we're at as a team. And so, certainly we're always evaluating. But I feel good about the guys that we have on our team right now. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks.